My neighbor was rude to me, and I told her husband that she was cheating on him. Hello, Redditors. I'm new here, but I've been reading you for a long time, and now I really need advice or just support because I'm at my breaking point. Sorry for the long post, but I want to describe everything in detail so you understand the situation. TLDR at the end. I am 32 years old. I live in a quiet suburb in the state of Illinois, USA, with my husband, 34 years old, and our 5-month-old daughter. We bought this house 3 years ago. It's a typical American suburb with large yards where all the neighbors know each other, go to barbecues, and respect personal space. Until recently, everything was perfect. Quiet streets, children playing outside, and peace in the evenings. I work from home as a freelance designer. My husband is an engineer at an IT company. He's often in the office. Our daughter just started sleeping through the night, and it's a blessing for us after all those sleepless months with colic and feedings. About 4 months ago, a new couple moved into the house next door across the fence our yard's border. Let's call them Sarah, around 30, and John, a bit older, maybe 35, 37. They seemed normal at first glance. Sarah is stylish, always in fashionable clothes, works in marketing. John is a businessman, often travels on business trips abroad to Europe, I think, for conferences or something. They bought the house, which had been empty for a year, and at first we even became friendly. My husband and I went to them with a bottle of wine for a welcome party, talked about the neighborhood, schools, where the best place to buy groceries is. Sarah seemed nice, John seemed serious and responsible. They said they moved from Chicago because they wanted peace and quiet from the city noise. The irony, right? Everything was fine for the first couple of weeks. They sometimes invited friends over for dinner, but nothing loud, laughter, music in the background. Everything ended by 10 p.m. We even exchanged phone numbers in case something was needed. But then John went on his first business trip for 2 weeks to Germany. And that's when the hell began. The first party was on a Friday evening. I heard music around 9 p.m. bass vibrating through the walls. At first, I thought it was a one-time thing, maybe they were celebrating something. But it lasted until 3 a.m. Shouting, laughter, someone singing karaoke, doors slamming, people smoking in the yard and making noise. Our daughter woke up 3 times, cried. I couldn't calm her down. My husband also didn't sleep because he had to go to work in the morning. I tried to ignore it, but I was a zombie in the morning. The next day, I went to Sarah politely with a smile. I said, "Hi, it was a bit loud yesterday. Our baby couldn't sleep. Maybe next time a little quieter after 11. She smiled and said, "Oh, sorry, my friends from the city came over. We lost track of time. It won't happen again." I thought, okay, everything is fine. But a week later, John was away again, this time for a week in France. And another party. This time even worse. Music with speakers in the yard, people dancing on the lawn. Someone set off fireworks, even though it's forbidden in our neighborhood after 10 p.m. The smell of weed, marijuana, it's legal in Illinois, but still. This lasted until 4 a.m. The daughter cried all night. I was feeding her in tears. My husband went to sleep in the basement because it's quieter there. In the morning, I went to Sarah again. This time she wasn't so nice. "Listen, this is my house. I have the right to have fun. If you don't like it, buy earplugs or move." I was shocked. We're neighbors. Why such aggression? I decided not to escalate and called the HOA, Homeowners Association. We have rules in the neighborhood. They said noise after 10 p.m. is a violation, but you need to file an official complaint. I didn't want to conflict, so I texted Sarah, "Please keep the noise down because it's affecting the child. I don't want to complain, but..." She replied, "If you keep bugging me, I'll write to the police that your husband is harassing me, and I'll tell John that he hit on me when you weren't looking." It's a lie, but who will believe you? I was in shock. My husband hasn't even spoken to her alone. He's a quiet guy, loves his family, would never do such a thing. This is pure manipulation. From that moment on, the parties became regular. Every time John is on a business trip, which is every 2-3 weeks. Music, alcohol, friends, mostly men, by the way, as I saw from the window, trash in the yard in the morning. Our daughter now sleeps poorly. I have trouble concentrating on work. My husband is angry but says, "Endure it, we don't want problems with the police." We tried to ignore it, used white noise, but the bass penetrates through the walls. Other neighbors are complaining too. An elderly lady from the other side said she called the police, but they arrived when it was all over. I don't know what to do. AITA for wanting to complain? Should I talk to John when he returns? Is it normal for neighbors to threaten false accusations? Please help, because I'm on the verge of a nervous breakdown. TLDR, new neighbor throws loud parties when her husband is away. The noise disturbs me and my 5-month-old daughter. When I asked her to stop, she threatened to accuse my husband of harassment. What to do? Update 1. Hello, Redditors. Thank you all for the advice and support in the original post. You have no idea how much it helped me keep my sanity. Many advised not to escalate immediately, but to gather evidence, and my husband and I decided to do just that. I read a bunch of comments about how neighbors in similar situations used security cameras, called the police about noise, or even contacted lawyers. Some said Sarah's threats were pure blackmail and that I should document everything, including her messages. Others warned me to be careful because such people can be unpredictable. I took it all into account and decided not to engage in open conflict, but to act smartly. First, a bit of context. After Sarah threatened me with those false accusations against my husband, I felt trapped. My husband and I talked for a long time in the evening when our daughter was sleeping or trying to sleep. He was furious, not only because of the noise, but also because she was trying to drag him into this dirty story. This isn't just a neighborly dispute, it's a threat to our family, he said. We decided that ignoring it was no longer an option because our daughter started eating poorly due to stress. The pediatrician said babies feel their parents' tension, and I was losing clients at work because I couldn't concentrate. My husband suggested installing a security camera, not for spying, but to record the noise and violations. We checked Illinois laws. Audio recording without consent is prohibited in private conversations, but video from our yard of the common area, like their yard, is okay if it's not aimed directly into their windows. We didn't want to invade privacy, so we chose a camera that looks at our fence and part of their yard where they often hang out. We ordered a simple outdoor camera from Amazon, a Ring spotlight cam, with night vision, motion detection, and cloud storage. My husband installed it himself on the weekend when John was home, so it wouldn't look suspicious. He attached it to our fence, aimed at our lawn, but with an angle that captures their yard, perfect for recording the parties. We set up notifications on our phones to receive clips when there's motion after 10 p.m. The cost was about $200, but it was worth the peace of mind. The first couple of days, nothing. John returned from his trip, and everything was quiet. Sarah even waved at me across the fence as if nothing had happened. I thought, maybe she changed her mind. But no, a week later, John was away again, this time for 10 days in the UK. He mentioned some conference in London. And then the first party after installing the camera. It started at 8 p.m., music with bass. I recognized a playlist with hip-hop and EDM, laughter, doors slamming. The camera activated immediately, a notification came, motion detected. I opened the app and saw Sarah with her girlfriends, 2 women I'd seen before, and 3 men. One of them is the tall guy with tattoos, another is a bald guy in a tracksuit, the third is young with a beard. They were drinking beer from cans, smoking. The smell reached us, dancing to loud music. One of the men even jumped into their pool. They have a small inflatable pool in the yard, splashing and shouting. The camera recorded everything. Time, 11:45 p.m. The noise is audible even on the video, though the audio isn't perfect because the camera isn't a microphone. This lasted until 2:30 a.m. The daughter woke up 4 times. I walked around the room with her, trying to calm her down. My husband called the police at midnight. They arrived in 20 minutes, knocked on the door, but Sarah turned the music down, said everything's okay, just friends, and the cops left. We have a recording of that too. The next day, I reviewed all the clips. There were over 20. In one, you can see Sarah kissing that tall guy with tattoos, nothing extreme, but clearly flirting. Another clip, they're playing beer pong on a table in the yard, trash everywhere, bottles, cigarettes. I showed my husband, and we decided to gather more evidence before complaining to the HOA or the police. But here's what struck me. In one video at 1:30 a.m., Sarah says to her friend, the voice is barely audible, but I turned it up. John won't find out, he's far away. Let's have fun and laughter. It's not proof of cheating, but it hints that she's hiding something from her husband. I don't want to be paranoid, but after her threats, I've become suspicious. Now we're recording every party, already 2 this week. The noise bothers not only us, neighbors from the other side, a family with 2 school-aged children, approached me and said they can't sleep either. They called the police 3 times, but without evidence, it's hard. I shared the camera idea with them, and they're thinking of installing their own. The HOA sent Sarah a warning, anonymous, from the neighborhood, but she's probably ignoring it. I haven't spoken to John. I'm afraid Sarah will twist everything against us. But if this continues, we will file an official complaint with the video. Emotionally, I'm exhausted. I sleep 4 hours a night, my daughter is fussy, my husband suggests moving, but the house is our dream, we don't want to run away because of one person. Thanks for the advice, many said to record everything, and it's working. If anyone has experience with similar neighbors, please write. Should I show the video to John? Is that interfering in their life? TLDR, installed a camera, recorded parties with noise, flirting, and suspicious comments. Police come but nothing changes. Gathering evidence, but the situation is worsening. Update 2. Wow, Redditors, you won't believe how things turned out. Thank you for all the comments in Update 1. You advised me to be careful, not to rush with John, and to focus on noise violations, not their personal life. Many said, don't play detective, just complain about the violations. But life decided otherwise. I tried to stay away from the drama, but the camera, well, it captured something I didn't expect. It's like a script from Desperate Housewives, only in real life. Sorry for another long post, but the details are important. After the last party in Update 1, John returned for a few days, and everything was quiet. Sarah behaved normally, even asked how my daughter was as if nothing had happened. But then John left on another business trip, this time for 2 weeks in Spain. He was posting on social media about Barcelona. I checked out of curiosity. And then on Friday evening, boom, another party. This time on a larger scale, music from 7 p.m., bass shaking the windows, people arriving in cars. I counted 5 cars on their driveway. The camera activated immediately. Notifications were pouring in like a river. I sat with my phone, feeding my daughter, and watched in real time. At first, it was typical. Sarah in a short dress with cocktails, girlfriends laughing, men, the same tall one with tattoos from before, plus 2 new ones, one athletic, the other in a suit. They were dancing, drinking, playing games. By 10 p.m., the noise became unbearable, shouting, someone saying, "Happy birthday." Must have been someone's birthday. My husband called the police at 11, they came, but again, the music was turned down, the cops left. But the party didn't end. At 1 a.m., the camera captured. Sarah and that tall guy walked away to a far corner of the yard near the bushes where our fence doesn't completely block the view. They started kissing, first lightly, then more intensely. I was shocked but thought, it's none of my business. But then, they lay down on the grass and it started. The camera with night vision captured everything. Sarah taking her clothes off, the guy too, and they had sex right there in the yard. It lasted about 10-15 minutes. With moans, the audio on the camera is weak, but it's audible. The other guests were inside the house, so no one saw, but the camera did. I couldn't look away because it was like a car crash, shocking. Time on the video, 1:23 a.m., date is clear. I showed my husband in the morning, he was stunned. Wow, but we didn't install the camera for this. We decided to delete that clip because it's an invasion of privacy, but first saved a copy just in case, as evidence of the noise, since music was playing in the background. The party ended at 4 a.m., trash everywhere. I took photos from our side. But now I couldn't ignore it. Sarah is cheating on John, and it explains why the parties only happen when he's away. A couple of days later, John returned early. I guess the trip was shortened. I saw his car and decided I need to hint, not directly, but delicately. I went to them for a neighborly visit. I brought cookies bought from the store, pretending I baked them. Sarah wasn't home, she had gone shopping, as John said, so I talked to him. I said, "Hi John, glad you're back. Listen, when you're away, there are sometimes loud parties here. The noise bothers the baby. Maybe you could talk to Sarah." He was surprised. Parties? She said it was just girlfriends coming over for tea. I added, "Well, not just girlfriends, and not tea, maybe something more is going on." He asked, "What do you mean?" I said, "I don't want to gossip, but if you want, I can show you video from our camera. You can see who comes over and what's going on." At first he laughed. "Cheating? Sarah? No, she's not like that." But he agreed to look. I showed him the noise clips without the intimate one, but he insisted, "Show me everything you have." I hesitated but gave him that clip. His face changed, he turned pale, his eyes welled up. "This can't be." He thanked me and went home. In the evening, the whole neighborhood heard shouting, How could you, with my friend? It turns out that guy is an acquaintance from his work. They argued for about 2 hours, doors slamming, Sarah crying, saying it was a one-time thing, I was drunk. In the morning, her car was loaded with things, suitcases, boxes. She left, probably to her parents or a friend's place. John stayed, looks devastated. Yesterday he waved at me, said, "Thank you for telling me. Better to know the truth." Now it's quiet, no parties. But I feel guilty. Did I ruin a marriage? Should I have kept quiet? The police didn't get involved. The HOA is satisfied. My daughter sleeps normally. My husband and I sighed with relief. But the comments, MINTA, is this revenge? TLDR, the camera captured Sarah cheating in the yard. I hinted to John, showed him the evidence. They had a huge fight, she moved out. It's peaceful now, but I have doubts. What are your thoughts on this story? Did the author do the right thing? What would you have done in her shoes? Share your opinion in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss new stories.